Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes!
Yes.
All right, let's get into pose because this
Yes.
first time we've ever done this with the new with this new setup and a band, and we went all out and really we went all out and did it so that we could have a band for Yuria. Nobody. We don't want to kill Yuria. Okay, let's all relax. Listen, it's been everybody just take a seat. It's been a totally stressful day. Yuria, most importantly, can you hear me? Oh, I think is your TP down below. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, you need to turn voice on. All right, 1 second for let everybody get seated and just work on this technical issue. We're running a little late. Apologies. Just everybody, the sooner you find a seat. Okay, test. Can you hear me now? Test. Can you hear me now? Okay. We're waiting for Yuria to confirm. Yes. Okay, good. Woo! Oh my God. Stressful morning. Luke is still downstairs sleeping. God bless him. He's gonna wake up and be upset. All right, so for those of you who have been to the show before, you know it was half the size, and we went through a lot of thought and effort and process to create a situation where we can get more people in, because I know that you guys wanted to be here and we wanted to have you. So I'm getting a couple of IMs here about the pronunciation of your name, Yuria. Am I pronouncing it right? And if not, can you put it phonetically in text so I can try? Yes, I need to talk about paparazzis. Yuria doesn't know how to pronounce his name. Okay, good. I'm gonna go with Yuria. Okay, so Uriah. Some people are saying it should be Uriah. Okay. All right, well, first and foremost, we've got the band over there in a pose. So awesome. and that was a special surprise for you. But I heard from Amy that there was a leak on Plurk of the band. Did you see the leak on Plurk? A picture of the band prior. It was a big surprise for you. I hope you like it. We got everybody together only about an hour ago, so it's pretty last minute. All right, so for those of you who haven't been to the show before, this is how we move along. I will interview our guest. Somewhere in the middle, we have a question and answer time. You would normally send your questions to Luke. I'm hoping that he wakes up soon. If not, I will make an arrangement for somebody else to do that. Oh, Yuria just crashed. Hopefully he comes back in where he left. And so about after this, I know we need Velcro. Good, he did. He listened to me. All right, so he's back. Okay, so about halfway through the show, we'll take questions, and you'll be able to put your question into to somebody. I'll let you know who. And also, we have a new way of distributing the group gift, and that is now he is an epic guest, and that's through a subscriber, which is not clickable yet. Again, something I need Luke for. So don't worry if he doesn't wake up. We'll figure it out. All right, have a seat. And yeah, this is, well, it's huge because it's, we're able to actually do it. Okay, so just a little bit of advice. If you do happen to crash, come back to where you were last, and you will end up in the same place. Okay, so let's get. I got one more announcement. Oh my God, it is Marianne McCann, the wonderful Marianne McCann's Res Day. So happy Res Day, Marianne, and thank you so much for being part of the band today. You are a staple at the arcade, of course. Everybody, loves you. You're a great mod, and really happy Res Day. Thank you for being here. Okay, and so as we begin, we have Yuria of Balaclava here. Welcome to the Gacha show. So totally thrilled to have you here. We're just gonna get started and hope that my right hand wakes up. Okay, so gosh, where to begin? I have to say that your machines are just in a lot of ways notorious because you are the kind of creator that consistently retires your machines, and I think that people really appreciate that because it becomes such a special item. It really is a true collector's item. But we will get to all of that. Let's start at the beginning and ask you a little bit about what brought you to Second Life. What brought you here? Was it a crazy ad Was it a friend recommendation? What brought you to Second Life?
LOL smiley face. Oh god.
So you were bored and you found Second Life. Well, when you did try it and you did come here, did you see right away that it had a potential to create things? Did it inspire you right off? Mm-hmm.
LOL smiley face.
I'm sorry. Yes, they. I'm sorry, panicking. I thought I muted.
Oh my god.
And did that now? I don't know if you guys can see, or you might have to wait for it to scroll. But on either side of the stage, we have his earliest gotchas, and one of the very very early ones. And somebody should get some kind of a prize if they have one of these in their inventory. Um, Obviously, making clothes quite inspired him because one of his first was a little clothing gotcha. You'll see it come up on the screens. I'm sure many guys would appreciate any more male clothing that you have to offer. So um, anytime you want to get started on that, I'm sure they would be thrilled. So, what was the first thing then that you ever made? It was actually clothing. I mean, I'm assuming it wasn't that gotcha. I mean, I don't think you did. You jump right into gotcha? I don't think, but you're so it was clothing. You wanted to just make yourself look like a guy, basically, because there was no clothes. He's a man of mystery. He doesn't. Well, how bad could it be? You do a good job on your avatar. You must have. Now I want to see it. The it's one thing to sort of create items and learn about building and all that sort of thing, but at what point did you create your brand where you decided to make Balaclava and really start to focus on creating? And of course, we would love to hear the origin of the name.
LOL smiley face.
I had no, it wasn't. I mean, I'm just sheltered, but I didn't even realize that it had that it isn't it the name of a mask? It's like a ski mask, like something you would rob a bank with. Because I did a search looking for all of your past, um,
Yay!
because I like to dig around, see what I can find, and do an interview, and yeah, some scary stuff comes up if you search. Well, let's talk a little bit about we we know that you have the clothing machine, um, which I don't think very many people have to play, I'm not sure time wise. I think that your devil headbands might have come next um, in the timeline, and then I think the amazing box of boyhood. So let's talk a little bit about Box of Boyhood. Now, I was I was too chicken to go and pick up the pieces from the museum and bring them up here. As you know, last night when we were talking, there was a lot of resin issues and things like that. And I don't know. I've put out. I finally collected the complete set, and I was afraid to move any of it because perhaps you're aware of this, perhaps not, but Box of Boyhood um, has become, I mean, literally one of the most sought after and hard to find gachas from the arcade ever. Um, and I think, at the beginning, when people played the arcade, they didn't realize that, um, some of those machines might not be around. And so some of those things from September Arcade are very rare and hard to come by. But tell us a little bit about that machine and what inspired you. Yes, Gachapon. Oh, I think a lot of since this is from your native language, is there such a thing as the the spelling gotcha with a T? Gachta? I thought it was gachapon and then short gotcha or gotcha. Yeah, I don't think the T might be just be a Second Life thing. Well, I think that you really achieved that with Box of Boyhood because as I was and I've obviously done a little research myself on Gacha and as I understand it, it's um, the toys are some of them, as I understand, are actually kind of high quality, and they really are. It's a little collectible machine, and everything is a little bit different, and I don't mind myself there's machines that do the recoloring where it's sort of the same item and then it's recolored and I don't mind those machines. I find them pleasurable sometimes, especially if they're the low 25L type machines. But a machine like Box of Boyhood and really pretty much every machine you've made is is so special because every item is different. But let's segue over into March when you created the marching band and brought to Second Life the synchronized band. Was this machine something that was a vision that you had and you wanted to see happen, or had you worked with synchronized instruments before? You had done really such a. I mean, it's so fun. I have to say, um, also concerning this machine is that when this came out, it was one thing that they were instruments, but the discovery also in a lot of your machines is also very wonderful. I can even say that about Box of Boyhood when you start to play with the items and like the UFO that's going around over my head. It's there's always a little something to discover in your machines, which is one of the reasons I think you are such an endearing creator. Um, the cars, yes, very cool little things to discover. The fire truck, yes.
Lovies.
Yes, lots to discover in your machines. Did you hear that? So we have sorry, just a moment. So what aspect of creating an SL is the most fun for you?
LOL smiley face.
It's conceptual for you. What what do you so obviously I mean I'm assuming all the music and the instruments you're doing yourself. What sort of program do you do that on? Yes. Is that on Mac? Yeah. I miss my Mac. I moved over to an Alienware, hoping that was gonna Oh, that's awesome. You do that on GarageBand. So let's skip while we're discussing that. Let's skip over to your yeah, it is. It's an old program. Let's skip over to the current um machine that you've made, which is on the frame behind me. For any of you, I think probably everybody in here has followed along with the new items that are coming out for the arcade. And as you can see in this frame behind me, Yuria has made another set of instruments. How exciting! Um, and we actually have the honor of having a harmonica being made for the show that is exclusive to the show. And just a quick note, the subscribers, if you're in the back, you should click the subscriber that is to your left or right in the back once. And if you're in the front rows, on either side of the a stage is a subscriber. If you click that once, and certainly don't unsubscribe in the time that you're here, those will be passed out to you. So for the new machine, I mean, I assume that your original band, the inspiration was March, as in marching band, and and so where did this come from? Where did the idea for this new busking on come from? We're all really excited to see how that looks all synced together. Are the poses are similar to it? Does it works? I'm assuming it functions similar to what Marching On does. That's great. Now I have been collecting your stuff. Well, I don't have your first machine. That's kind of like deep cuts. I don't know. I really don't even know that anybody has any of that clothing or anything. But if they do, congrats. Um, but of all your machines, which, yes, Rando Museum, do you have any, Kroon? Oh, I'll be talking to you later. So, of all the machines that you've created, which is your personal favorite? Yeah, I want to wear some early balaclava men's clothing. Well, speaking of when your first answer to um, the first question that was asked was that you kind of came to SL out of boredom, and then um, I can see it's obvious that, after your creative process and you sort of put the product out there, and as you just said, what comes of it is in our hands. Is that really what's behind the way that you sort of edit your shop, which I find you don't leave things out for a long time, and you just kind of keep it fresh and minimal? You do have a very neat little store. So out of curiosity, because you were in the last place that you're in, there was across the way there was a room that had all the instruments out, and I was kind of like I would visit there and think, I wonder what he's going to do with this space. Did you ever, were you ever considering, making that all your past gotcha or something? Or I know you've since moved and you don't even have that space any longer, but I did enjoy looking at all your displayed instruments. You've gone to, I guess, a smaller store. Not really. Um, yes, you had like it was a pretty big display of them on one side. I was sort of hoping you might start displaying your balaclava, your balaclava, your box of boyhood even. Which brings me to the next question. I know that you don't sell them anymore, but do you keep these things? Or are you the kind that just kind of, you're gonna just delete it? You're done with it. Another thing about Balaclava that is really awesome. You guys, if any of you have not joined his subscriber in his store, do so after the show because what Guria does that I really love this about him is that he will oftentimes, even most often with his gacha, will make a little side item that kind of goes with the gacha and it'll come in his subscriber. And it's really a great little well, you don't even have to use a group space because it's a subscriber. So um, hit his store afterwards and definitely get on that because it's worth it. The little side items just really add to Abby. Okay. When I first started talking to Yorio about doing the show, I said, "Well, is there anything coming up that you want to promote?" And he goes, I really, I don't want to promote anything. No, I'm not looking to promote anything." Ooh, that is so true. Well, with regard to your gotcha, um, what do you think of the collector culture that has um, developed around gotcha in world? Um, do you find that it's similar to um, what happens in real life with real gotcha? And also, um, do you like being a part of that? Do you feel that I do agree with that, and there is a lot of talk even outside of Second Life about how gotchas are similar to gambling. Um, do you feel or do you find that the percentages on machines being set very low, does that feed into that in your opinion, or um, how do you like to set your machines percentage wise with regard to play? Um, do you like everyone to sort of get everything fairly easily, or I actually think the Balaclava machines play very, very well in a very balanced way. Yeah, he finally showed up. Well, actually, the percentages of the current scripts that are in Second Life, I don't know how accurate they are really to, um, the actual ratio of how it gives out a rare. But I do know that machines that are set to, you know, 1 and 2%, very low, and have whatever, 20 items in them. Um, it can become very rare to collect. I mean, very difficult to collect rares from machines like that. Um, I think that most people really play to get a complete collection, um, and so I find a lot of people appreciate machines that just play very nicely and sort of evenly, where really everyone kind of gets what they want. It's a good payout for the creator, and it's a fair play out for the player. And I think that we really celebrate machines like yours, which play very nicely. And I think with even the Marching On, I don't think there was a rare in that. There was no rare, but there was one that was harder to get. I think the sousaphone or something, just from the way it, just from the way, just from the way the script worked. But it wasn't crazy. But a lot of people, they start to play a machine, and when they're digging for a rare and they're looking to get a rare, they can get carried away and just keep, clicking and clicking and clicking. I know I'm guilty of it. So we appreciate and love the way that your machines are set up as well, where we can really get a full collection out of it. Yes, been there, done that. A reminder to the audience to, if you have questions for Yuria, to go ahead and pass them over to Luke, and he will let me know, and you can have a chance to ask him some deep questions. Yes. Oh, ask him anything. Oh, you just opened the floor. Ask him anything. Um, what do you think of the idea of? Yes, we've had marriage proposals as well. What do you think of the percentage the rare percentage being displayed on the poster of the gacha machine. Is that something that you think is a good idea, or that sort of full disclosure to let people know how a machine is set? No. Actually, um, there is a formula for it. I mean, if you are playing a machine that has some 20 items in it and it's set at 1%, you're going to be spinning that for like 200 times. I mean, there is some um, mathematical workings that are happening with the scripting that we have. It's not super duper accurate. It's not um, guaranteed that you're going to get the rare that you're looking for. A lot of people talk about chance with it when it comes to, and luck when it comes to machines, but the reality is that your luck is what you're going to get out of the machine, and it isn't that um, you know if you spin 5 times and a rare is going to come out, your luck is which rare is going to come out. It isn't that you're going to get a rare, because the rares do come out at a certain rate, and that's where the percentage comes in. Um, and so when creators make that extremely low, yeah, I mean, you have to be a crazy person like me and be so interested that you're willing to spend the money to figure it out, because I have done that, where I will click and compare the amount of things that are in there to when it actually spits out a rare.
Like,
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, people. But I like a machine that um, has a nice even way of play. All right, so let's take some questions from the audience. First question is from Thea. Welcome to the Gotcha Show. What's your question? Hmm. Those sets are cute. All right, thank you, Thea. That was a great question. Our next question is from Eden Malik. Welcome to the Gacha Show. Oh, well,
Aluveaux, smiley face.
what? Oh. All right. Next question. That was deep and informative. Aziza, welcome to the Gacha Show. What's your question? Thank you, Aziza. Good question. The next question is from Hendrix Portal. Welcome to the Gacha Show, Hendrix. Oh, good question. A spitball straw. Box of girlhood. Yes, box of girlhood. That's the follow up. The boys, they need their items. Such injustice. Box of emo boyhood. Okay. Um, our next question is from Sanji. Sanji, welcome to the Gotcha Show. All right. Well, we have one more question, and that's from Sugar Baby. Welcome to the Gotcha Show. What's your question? Well, that wraps it up for our audience questions. That was great. Oops. Pardon me. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, yes, as I was saying, we are all done here. Thank you so much, Yuria, for being here. And I have to say a particularly special thanks for the incredible item that you made for the show. And we just so appreciate it. And, you know, everybody here is great fans. I know a lot of people camped for a long time to come and see you. And thank you so much. Something that I often forget to announce is our next guest, but I'm not forgetting today. Our next guest, I would ask for a drum roll from the band, but I don't want anybody to crash. We have Monica Outlander coming from Mia Maya next show, and that's going to be on March 8th. She makes really awesome gachas, little avatars, and all kinds of awesomeness. And that's who we have coming up next. So thank you again, Yuria, for being here, and especially thank you guys in the audience really for with us with this new situation with the seating and the going here and going there, and we really appreciate it. We're trying to make good things happen for everybody here, doing the best we can. So thank you guys for being so awesome. All right, that's it for the Gacha show, guys. We will hopefully see you next show. And I don't know if Luke is talking about the subscribo. Listen up to Luke. He'll let you know how that's going to work. All right, guys, thanks.